So we're here with Ellen Fitzgerald, the co-founder of Mother Juice in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So tell us why you started Mother Juice. What is this about?
Yeah, so we started Mother Juice first as a food truck about 2 years ago, and it just was one of those ideas that sprang out of a love for farmers markets and fresh, healthy food. Our food truck was really successful. There was a lot of positive response, and then we said the next thing is let's find a permanent home.
What's so great about juice?
I find it's just a really easy way to consume fruits and vegetables that you might not otherwise consume. We source 100% organic produce. I mean, almost everything that's on our menu we can get locally. You
guys have gone one step beyond just really the average organic juice bar, or raw juice bar, to go beyond raw, and you're now doing, cold pressed juice, which is even better. What's the deal with cold pressed juice?
Typically, a juicer that you would have at home is a centrifugal juicer, and so the high-speed blade actually heats up the produce, which causes the vitamins and nutrients to start to deteriorate immediately. But a cold press juicer never introduces any heat. There's a slow-moving blade that masticates the produce, and then you put it into something that's like a cheesecloth, and there's a hydraulic press that just literally presses all the juice out and strips all the fiber out. The pulp that's left over is like cardboard. Okay. There's no juice at all left in it. So we work with a local woman who comes in every day and picks up all of our compost. I
look at people who are in their 50s and 60s and 70s that have been juicing for a long time and eating like raw organic food in general. They look amazing, right? They've got that healthful glow, they've got the great skin and so forth. I would have thought that more people, this would be a bigger mainstream thing. What is keeping this from being bigger than it is in the United States?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I got into juicing because my grandmother was a big juicer, and she's, very much so ahead of her time and one of the most healthful elderly women that I've known, like just walking through her 90s. I think there's still some education to be done around why you might pay $9 for a drink when you could pay the same amount for a sandwich, and it seems like they shouldn't be the same price point, but when you kind of educate people on what's in the juice and what it does for your body, then it's a no-brainer. I always tell people who are curious about it that it's a great way to hit the reset button. I think especially this time of year, it's really easy to eat unhealthily when it's cold and there's snow and you don't feel like going to the grocery store. And so if you kind of feel like you've gotten into bad habits, it's just a wonderful way to flush your body with vitamins and nutrients and kick old habits. Before I started the shop, I worked in consulting and I sat at a desk all day, and I always fell into the trap of you go out for lunch, you come back, you have that 2 o'clock afternoon slump where you want to fall asleep at your desk. We're in an area that has a ton of office buildings, so we wanted to create a menu that actually gives people energy to get through the rest of their day.
Where do you see beyond Cambridge?
We would love to grow. Ideally, we'd love to grow throughout New England. We're still establishing ourselves here, and I think after the summer we'll have a really good sense of what our next move should be, but we're going to have our truck back on the road in the spring, so we'll be out and about around Boston.
But what have you learned in the last 6 months that you've been doing this?
Find a great business partner, someone that you can bounce ideas off of, have a great team that you want to work with because you're going to be working a lot. I think people try to draw you in different directions, and you have to just be true to what your mission is and do the thing that you really want to do really well and give people a reason to always come back.